My movie recollection with Vincent Cloud.
And John Nemitz.
And this is the show where we talk about movies drawn randomly. And we only talk about these things like for like 5 minutes, something like that. So if you like your, oh my gosh, if you like your reviews, hold on. Letterbox was playing music all of a sudden.
Hmm.
Damn it. But if you like your reviews from Concentrate, go somewhere else because we don't do that either. I don't know. What do
What's
we do?
the what's the opposite of thorough?
Yeah. Slapdash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For all your Slapdash movie review needs, come over here. So what we're gonna do is we go to Letterbox typically. We draw a movie, and then the other person has to guess with so many, hints and stuff, and then even if he gets it right or figures it out, has to assume it's the plot for themselves. So let's start. John, let's go with one of your movies.
All right. Oh boy. This is a movie I remember nothing about,
Okay.
as per usual. Four words. The first word begins with M, like magnanimous.
Four
It's
words. M.
it's middle 20 teens, approximately when it came out.
Men in Black 3.
I wish. Um, I believe I only watched it because it was an Oscar contender in its year,
Okay.
but I don't think it ended up winning too much.
Something tells me you didn't think it would even deserve the nomination. You didn't like this?
I mean, it certainly didn't stick with me.
Okay.
It's got Casey Affleck in it.
Oh, Manchester by the Sea.
That's right.
Wow. Didn't see this, but I believe I kind of wanted to because that's, everyone was like, "Oh, Casey Affleck's gonna win the Oscar," and he did. But then I think right before he won, all the talks of like shit he did against women came out. So I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
that sounds
yeah,
right.
yeah."
Yeah, you got Me Too'd. Wait, I always forget. Does the guy get Me Too'd or does the guy Me Too a woman or both?
It's me to a woman, but the man is going down because he's been tagged. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
women are finally fucking saying shit, and they're like, "Oh, Casey Affleck," and Casey's like, "Damn it!" Uh,
they're gotten away with it.
but hold on, they're giving me the Oscar. I remember the woman who was supposed to give him the trophy or announce that he was the winner, like did not shake his hand, like just like completely walked away from him when he went up there to get the award.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Um, anyways, the movie though, I read something where it's like his family died, Casey Affleck's family died, and then he's working through the fucking trauma and he's like suicidal or something. Like, yeah, I kind of want to watch this movie just for his acting because I mentioned in another podcast where he was really good in Assassination of Jesse James. Like he was really fucking good. So I know he can act. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever see this. But you didn't
Yeah,
like it, John?
I wouldn't say I didn't like it. I just say it did not retain with me at all. I remember it vaguely being like a family drama, and I think there was some friction with him and his ex or something like that. But um, yeah, I couldn't tell you a single thing that happened in it.
Oh wow. Dang it. Okay. Well,
I
I've only
believe they were
seen
by the sea.
well, wait a minute though. Isn't Manchester in England?
Yeah, but there must be like some Manchester in New England, perhaps.
Oh, okay. Like Little
Yeah.
Manchester,
Yeah.
something like that.
New Manchester by the New Sea.
New Man. Okay. Well, I don't know. I saw a clip. They always showed the clip where like he's in the police station and he steals an officer's gun and he points it at himself and they're like, no, no. That's all I know about that fucking movie. Yeah. This might be the shortest slapdash we've ever done.
And that's okay. Moving on.
All right. Um, oh my gosh. Okay, it's a one word title, starts with an S as in sycamore.
Super bad.
No, older than
Uh,
that. Probably 90s.
um, Sunshine.
No, that's like 2000s, you fool. It's like early 90s, I want to say. Yeah.
Early 90s. Sodomy.
It's got Sidney Poitier in it.
Oh, I don't know him from anything that recent.
Uh Supper, Look Who's Coming. Oh, Dan Aykroyd,
Okay, Dan Aykroyd, Sidney Poitier, 90s. Starts
Robert
with an S.
Redford, ensemble cast for sure. Yeah, you might
It's
not
not-
get this, huh?
yeah, it's not The Sting. It was way earlier.
Right. Let's see if I
Um,
have one more.
sl- Slapdash.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh, here's one. It might be the, I don't know. River Phoenix,
Yeah, I got nothing.
back when he was alive. It's
That
called
that helps.
Sneakers. Yeah.
Oh, Sneaker. Okay, that's a movie I've definitely heard the name of and had no idea anything about it, obviously. Um, and I have no idea what it is, but um, I'll guess the plot, which I know is wrong,
Okay.
but in in computing, there's a term called sneaker net where like sometimes it's just faster to like burn a disk and walk it over somewhere rather than like trying to send someone a file over the network or whatever, or like put it on a USB stick or whatever and walk it over. And they call that sneaker net. So that's what I always think of. Um, so I'm gonna guess this movie takes place in a government facility that has been hacked and all the network communications are down and they have to go back to good old fashioned shoe leather for um, you know, working out their problems.
So all these actors are just dealing with some sort of something. I don't know. They gotta.
Yeah, go some sort of crisis, like
Okay.
yeah.
No, they're thieves, I believe. I think they're. Uh, it might have something to do with computers too. Overall, damn it. Yeah, like they're all thieves except for Sidney Portier. He's like the cop in charge of preventing them from doing something, or he's on their case or something like that. Um, yeah, the one scene I remember quite vividly was like where the room that they had to go in was like uh a heat detected or something. So the guy went in there with like this cooling suit. Yeah, so it was kind of like Mission Impossible before Mission
Okay.
Impossible. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like gadgets and gizmos. I believe Dan Aykroyd's the gadget man, and yeah, they all have
They
their
call him
thing
the
that they do.
gadget man.
Yeah, David Stratham, that dude, he's in that. Yeah, all-star cast. And when I watched it, I don't know, it was like early 90s or whatever. So I was definitely younger than River Phoenix and
But
more
now
like,
you're older than him.
yeah, oh my gosh. Um, yeah, man. Jeez, I can barely remember this, but I remember being entertained. It's good. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that I've always had on the back burner just because of name recognition. Like
Yeah, yeah.
just the name of it shows up, and I feel like if I was ever in a position where, it showed up on my favorite streaming service, I might put it on, but the universe just hasn't handed it to me yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it pop up in anything really. I think a YouTube video mentioned sneakers, like, oh, the movie you never saw or whatever, which I hate when they do that because it's like mostly I'm like, I have seen that movie, you know. Shit. This we might have to slapdash out of here because I barely remember much. Might have Renee Russo as the love interest because that
Oh,
seems about right. She was like in, the 90s. She was in a lot of stuff,
yeah.
playing essentially the same role over and over again, you know?
If ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. She hands over that role to like who was the next in light? Uh Fucking Jennifer Lawrence? No. No, that was even before her. Maybe Goldie Hawn's daughter? I don't know. Anyways, next movie, John.
Oh, that's me. Let's give it a old shuffle here and see what comes up. Oh no. All right. One word starts with D.
Dogma?
It's a fairly recent movie. It's a remake. Um,
Dune?
nope.
Uh,
Um, it's comes in a series of similar remakes that have been happening, um, where a certain company likes to pull out their old stuff and make it in a new way.
is it like a Disney movie?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay. Starts with a D.
Yep. This
Like,
one I feel like was less publicized than even a lot of them were,
oh
even though it
man.
has some pretty big names attached. Um, Tim Burton directed it.
Tim, what? To
Yeah, this might
Tim.
be his most recent movie he directed.
Oh shit. Actor?
Um, Danny DeVito's in it.
Yeah, that helps. Isn't he in like every single one of his movies?
Michael Keaton's in it. Speaking of that,
Oh my gosh. So it's not Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice,
no, no, no,
because it starts with a D.
correct. It's a classic Disney cartoon,
I'm, oh,
focusing on an animal.
damn it. Dumbo. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right. Holy shit. Okay, so I didn't see it, but like there was a poster and it showed Dumbo in clown makeup, right?
Uh-huh.
And my joke on Facebook was, why so circus? And it didn't get shit on Facebook. But I'm like, that's a
Uh,
good joke. Come on.
you're too good for them there, man.
Oh man. No, didn't see it. I've seen the
Whoa, what do you think it's about?
well, I was gonna say I've seen the first one, but I've only seen it maybe a couple times because it's so super sad. Yeah. And then it's that weird fucking nightmare. Was it like a coke fueled nightmare that Dumbo has? Maybe it's not
Yeah.
coke, but yeah. Yeah, it's just like the same storyline, like a mother elephant and a baby elephant that grow up in the circus, and then are the crows in this one?
Um,
Because they
actually,
were
I
like
remember, yeah, they were
problematic.
definitely problematic. I don't remember them being used in that same way here, if you can
Okay.
believe that.
Oh man. Um, But what is the plot? I remember the mom gets pissed off at a kid and like spanks it because they're fucking around with the baby, and then she gets chained up, and it's just really sad. Like we should get rid of circuses, I feel like. Take them down one by one, John.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's like one or two kids, I think two kids, human kids. And, like the stuff you say with Dumbo and his mom happens, and then, Dumbo gets separated, and these kids end up forming a bond with Dumbo. And um, I don't know, it pretty much plays out very similarly. Um, it's got what's her name? Ava Green. So um she's in like a lot of the later Tim Burton movies. Um
Yeah.
and then yeah, Michael Keaton is like the corporate asshole bad guy in it. Um
Is Danny DeVito the ringmaster?
yeah.
He played a ringmaster in Big Fish.
Yeah,
My
well,
gosh.
it ain't
Tim.
broke. Don't fix it.
Yeah, but he's like also like double dipping. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, wait a minute though. Dumbo has to fly, right? That's the whole thing. He's got those
Yep.
big ears.
Yeah.
So how does he get does he need that feather from those problematic crows?
Yeah, he definitely, yeah, the feather is involved. Trying to remember, does he actually need it, or does it just give him the confidence he needed all along?
I don't even remember the cartoon. Like I barely remember like it was more sad than entertaining. So I just never went back.
Yeah, I had pretty low expectations watching this movie, and um, like it was better than it could have been. You know what I mean? Like it was fine.
All
Um,
right.
like I just like I'm kind of biased because I don't understand why any of these movies are even being created. I mean, I know why they're being created, but like
Right.
from a like, does this need to exist point of view? I question it.
Well, let's talk about Tim Burton real quick. And this is later years Tim Burton.
Right.
I think we talked about Sleepy Hollow, and I was like, that was his last awesome movie. And ever since then, it's been this like super obsessed with CGI. It's just not working. And yeah, I, I wouldn't even try this out because it's later Tim Burton.
And I feel like every time, like his only movies that are successful are like remakes of like, like the Alice in Wonderland movies, and um like when he actually tries creating something new, like what was that one, Big Eyes? Like
Oh,
it kind of flopped. Like nobody went and saw it.
are you excited for Beetlejuice?
Um, I plan to watch it. I am very guarded going into it though.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. They started to like all these lame ass sequels, especially later like sequels that decades after the fact. Like let's take a look. Zoolander, Dumb and Dumber 2. Like I tried to watch Dumb and Dumber 2, but I was like I shouldn't have tried. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Uh I don't know, man. I like Beetlejuice a lot, but I don't know if I'll try. Maybe if you watch it and you could give your approval or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like they struck a chord at their time, and like the humor was like perfect for that time, and then like if you wait too long, like just the world changes around you, and if you change also with the times, like you need to, then like why even be a sequel of that movie anymore?
Yeah. Ugh. All right. Well, hey, let's do another movie, man. For my list, it's I think it's two words. Let me click on it. Yes, two-word title, starts with a B as in Beethoven.
Boogie Nights.
2000s, oh my gosh.
Um, hmm,
Part of a franchise.
Batman Begins.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's it. All right.
All right.
Well, we both watched it.
Yes.
Okay, so the plot.
But I'll have to remember. So this is the one with the Scarecrow,
Yes.
and is Harvey Dent involved?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Um, yeah, so it's really Batman Beginning in a way.
Wait, you think it should be called that instead?
No, it's like one of these things where like when I've rewatched them, I've kind of rewatched them in quick succession, like I was talking about with Lord of the Rings, whatever week that was. So
Right.
I remember a lot of the stuff that happens in them, but I forget what was in what.
Okay. Dave, are you here? Are you present?
I am present. I want to switch my microphone because my microphone is on my AirPods.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll give you some time. Um, okay, so the plot is we start off very super young with Bruce Wayne. He falls to the well, and oh my gosh, we have to see this again. His parents getting shot. You know, um,
Are there are there maybe like pearls that
it's possible,
get scattered across the pavement?
but like, yeah, it takes a long time for him to become Batman. There's no like I'm Batman, but like before this, let's travel back. Like you start off with him as a kid, and then he with fucking his friend Rachel, played by that dreadful Katie Holmes. Oh my gosh, no wonder they replaced her. Ah, no wonder Scientology convinced her to play Tom Cruise's wife. Oh man. So yeah, you see him as a young person, his family gets killed, and then like in his teenager years, he tries to assassinate the kid, but Katie Holmes like slaps him, and then he goes out in the streets and he wants to kill someone, and it's who's that fucking British director? Tom something. Oh my God. Wilkinson, Tom
Direct.
Wilkinson.
Oh,
Yes. And he's like the gangster there. He's like, I could, because he takes out a gun. He's like, I could shoot any one of these assholes and no one would convict me. You know what that is? That's fear. And that's something you can't buy or some, I don't know what it is. But the whole theme of Batman Begins is fear. That's why we have the Scarecrow being the main villain. But until that point, though, we have Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul. Remember that?
hmm.
Like the League of Shadows.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
so all that stuff is
And
I'm not the biggest fan of
is
this
Benedict
movie,
Wong in
but it's pretty
this
good.
then?
Who's that?
Um, like was he the guy who like it was like a fake out who was actually Ra's al Ghul, and then
Right.
yeah, like they make it look like the other guy is like actually the master, but then it's revealed. Yeah.
It was Liam Neeson all
Yeah.
along. But no, yeah, who was that guy? He's from The Last Samurai, that dude. Fuck. But yeah, he was the stand-in for Ra's al Ghul and stuff like that. And I don't know, Dave, have you seen this movie? Batman
Batman
Begins?
Begins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. I liked
Yeah.
it a lot. I like when I first watched it, the first watch, I loved it just because it was like a Batman that was like dark and gritty. And then upon like rewatching it, I liked it less. like I didn't feel like the villains were strong enough. Um, and then once like Dark Knight came out, then I was like, yeah, exactly. Like that's what I wanted, like an awesome villain. But like rewatching it like years later, it's really good and I really enjoy it. It's just like a different style of Batman movie. And it was, you know, even compared to Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, it's a lot different.
Yeah. My one complaint, oh, well, I had some complaints, but one of them was there's a shitload of like actual bats in this movie. You know, like the other
Hell
ones,
yeah.
it's kind of implied or like they're shown like kind of like the silhouettes in the sky or something like that. They're not these long close-ups of bats. That was pretty bad. Uh,
I wish there was a deleted scene where it was like a literal Batman, like Jeff
Ew.
Goldblum in The Fly, but like
More
That's
of
a
a man
character.
bat.
Yeah, Man Bat.
yeah.
That's an actual character. Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Ugh. So weird.
Um,
I owned the Man Bat toy before that was before yeah, things changed.
yeah,
Oh
we had
man.
Killian Murphy as Scarecrow. Is that right? And
Yeah.
then obviously, I thought it was a great Alfred and shit. What's the butler's name? Michael Caine.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. Yeah, he was
yeah, those two guys
awesome.
are great.
Yeah, what's his character's name? I can't remember.
Didn't you say Alfred?
Oh wait, so then who was Morgan Freeman? What was his name?
Oh, he had an awesome name too, like Lucius Fox.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
that's what I
So good.
remember. I remember this movie being, announced, and they're like Christian Bale as Batman, and everyone was like, "Who?" But what did it though was all the supporting cast were these older, awesome actors, like Tom Wilkinson as the mafia dude. You had Gary Oldman as not yet Commissioner Gordon, but like Lieutenant Gordon, something like
Lieutenant
that.
Gordon.
Right? And then yeah, Morgan Freeman, Alfred. Who was the other guy? He was like an asshole in Wayne Enterprises, like Rutger Hauer. Yeah, he's always awesome. So they always had these, or in this movie, they were all stars except for Batman. And it was crazy because Christian Bale at the time in the interviews would speak like an American. And they were like,
Oh
why did you
really?
do that? Yeah, they were like, why did you do that? It's like, I didn't want to confuse anyone or whatever. It was so weird. So fucking weird, man.
I remember Vince, you commenting one time about how you only find, I don't remember exactly what you said, but you only find him believable when he's like basically acting in the movie.
Yes.
And like this is definitely an example where that works, at least
Yeah,
as Bruce Wayne, because he's playing a part even when he's like himself, supposedly.
exactly. Yeah, not the biggest fan of Christian Bale, but like he works because I can't even do the Batman voice. That's rough.
Yeah, I was gonna say the voice, the deep voice was like the worst part of it. And like when I first watched it, I was just confused. I'm like, why is he doing a weird voice? Doesn't make any sense. And then like read online, they're like, oh, he's differentiating himself so he doesn't sound like Bruce Wayne. I'm like, is that really necessary? Like, like, hey, I recognize that voice. Like, I guess like, maybe you could change your voice a little bit, but it was so drastic that it was over the top.
Yeah. And he got jacked for this. Like they actually like I guess he showed up on set or rehearsals or something like that, and he was like just a bear of a human being. And they're like, you have to lose like 40 pounds of muscle. So yeah,
Wow.
like what he is in the movie, like he was even bigger before, but they're like, ooh, tone it down a little bit.
No, they had Lucius Fox show up. You're like, actually, I already made your suit. It's not
Yeah.
gonna fit. Like you need to lose. You need to lose about 25 kilos.
Oh, you know what I liked about this movie that stands out from the other trilogy is that the city of Gotham is kind of looks stagey, like sounds stagey, but I actually like that. I'm a big fan. kind of a fan of that. Like the first the Keaton Batman movie is all very soundstagey. I really like that stuff. And in Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, they just filmed in Chicago. They're like, no, never mind. Yeah. And remember the Joffrey, the King Joffrey from Game of Thrones? He's the little kid. Remember that
Oh, really?
Rachel helps. Remember that?
I
I
didn't
would
know
not have been
that.
able to tell you that. No.
Yeah. All right. I didn't like the Batmobile. That's not a Batmobile. That's a fucking tank or whatever, you know, and people are like, oh, that's the point, something different. But I'm like, it's not. Batman is a ninja, right? That thing is not ninja like. It's just blowing through walls and shit. It's loud as fuck. I did not respond to that Batmobile. What about you guys?
I loved it. I thought it was
Yeah.
great. Like even if you have the sports car, like the sports cars are loud as shit too. Like at least it's gonna be loud and it has like some purpose and it can crush things and run over things. I don't know. Like when I first saw it, I was like, man, that's really weird looking. And now it's like, man, that's it to me, it's like what Elon Musk is trying to do with a Cybertruck. But like, you know, it's the Cybertruck is like a low rent version of the Batmobile.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say I liked the Batmobile until your last comment, and now you're changing my mind.
Uh okay, what else? What else? Oh, but I liked all the realistic approach to all his gadgets and stuff. Like that was cool. I did enjoy that. Like when he's got that shit on him that turns into the cape. It's like memory foam or memory fabric or something like that. That was cool. I like that.
Oh yeah.
And then the cool time where like the fear gas that they use to train Ra's al Ghul in them in the mountains is the same fear gas that the Scarecrow is gonna put into the water supply and stuff. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and like
Uh,
the freaky nightmare scenes when he just like uses it on people. It's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, especially oh shit, Batman when he's flying above them and his eyes are like glowing and shit like that. That was really awesome.
Or like Mothman.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty freaky. Where's Richard Gere when you need him? With his chapstick and whatnot. Oh man. Well, anything else for Batman Begins?
It began all right.
All right. Okay. Well, in that case, like, subscribe, comment. This was my movie recollection. Go to my movie recollection.com. I was Vince Cloud.
I was John Nemitz.
I was Dave Lauer.